Hooray for Hollywood! Hello there, Stan the Movie Man with your WIMZ.com movie review. This week, your votes at WIMZ.com sent me to see Planes, Fire and Rescue. It stars the voice work of Dane Cook, Julie Bowen, Ed Harris, Curtis Armstrong, and more. It is the story of our former crop dusting plane, Dusty Crop Hopper, who is now a champion on the racing circuit. During one race, though, he feels something is wrong. He feels some sort of problem in his engine, and his mechanic checks it out, and it's his gearbox. The gearbox, if it goes past 80% of torque, could fail and completely lock up his engine. So his racing days are over because they no longer manufacture his particular kind of gearbox anymore. Now, he doesn't take that news very well, and he's flying along one night pushing himself to see just how far he can push himself when an alarm goes off installed in his cockpit by his mechanic that tells him he's pushing over 80% of torque. He slows down, but this distracts him, and he ends up clipping a high-tension power tower and having a very rough landing at the airport. That rough landing leads to a fire. Now, brought out to fight the fire is Mayday, voiced by Hal Holbrook. Mayday's an old fire engine, and he's not quite up to the job. So Mayday and Dusty and others get together and pull down the water tower to put out the fire. The governing body of the airport says that unless Mayday gets upgraded, they add a second firefighting vehicle, they're going to shut down the airport. Dusty feels very bad about that because he caused the fire in the first place. So he decides he's going to fly off to a national park and get with the various firefighting groups there and become a certified firefighter and be the second firefighting vehicle at the airport, since his racing days are probably numbered. He goes off and meets up with Blade Ranger, the leader of this group of firefighters. That's voiced by Ed Harris, and is in the process of being trained. Blade is not, a soft-hearted kind of guy. He really pushes Dusty to the limit, and Dusty has to see if he has the stick-to-itiveness to be a certified fire vehicle. This, of course, is a sequel to Planes, which was released less than a year ago. And it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's not that good either. The story is painfully predictable. They don't even try to, mix things up a little bit just to keep us guessing. The characters, some of them are very, very stereotypical, and there's not a lot of humor in the movie that is usually what ends up appealing to the adults, the humor of the film. Now, it's got very bright colors, and it has some terrific visuals, so that might be reason enough for you to see it, and your kids may love it, but it's not really the kind of kids movie that's going to appeal to the adults that have to take them. I'm giving it 3 guitars. Go to WIMZ.com to read my complete review, as well as to vote on the movie that I'll see next time. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to send them to me at stanthemovieman@att.net. You can also follow me on Twitter @MovieManStan. Till next time, I'm flying out of here. Whee!